We're live. It's a Behind the Counter podcast live on Insane Games TV. We're live here at the studio. Mike, Steve, and I getting ready to kick off this another first week of October, October 4th, a rainy October 4th here for us. Well, we're just watching a little bit of NASCAR. I mean, how can we not talk about NASCAR when you have three of the Danny NASCAR people right here? So we happen to have the rain-shortened race at Talladega live on the TV out in the store, so we're watching it.
It's just funny how the Dan curse works when he pops on NASCAR.
I've always, for the longest time, as a big Jeff Gordon fan, I've always said that it was a curse. Sometimes it works in one way. Sometimes when I'm not watching, it's a curse, and then when I turn on, everything starts to Jeff Gordon would start doing well. And then it was when I was watching, he was doing bad. I turn the TV off and he starts to do good.
Yeah.
You ever have that? It's like, I'm just not going to watch. Maybe he does good. Well, I turned the race on. The minute I turned the race on, Alex Bowman crashed into the wall. I'm like, oh, this is great. On to a great start. And then I find out Kyle Larson got crashed.
Yep.
By who? Justin Allgaier?
Byron gave Allgaier a little too hard of a shove and tried to correct it, and Allgaier went up into the 5.
Mm-hmm. And then right before the red flag comes out, just so happens Ryan Pierce, right? Priest crashes and hits the wall and takes out William Byron. So all three Hendrick cars, and I don't even know where Chase Elliott was. He was like 15 maybe, 16, probably
when
the 20s.
When did Nico list off his favorite guys? Was that before he put on the race or after? Like during a commercial break?
I think right before.
Well, he listed his favorite guys. Was that Hamlin, Stenhouse Jr., and one other. Dan says he hates them, turns on the race, and they're all in the lead.
Not only not all in the lead.
Hamlin was the one.
Now Nico knows a lot about sport, but knows absolutely nothing about NASCAR. Okay, and he goes, isn't Ricky Stenhouse the aggressive driver? I go, you mean the one that crashes everybody? And he goes, yeah. I go, that's not aggressive. That's just bad driving. He goes, oh. I go, he just takes everybody out. Literally turned the race on. Literally turned it on, and he's physically taking Alex Bowman out of the race. I go, see, Nico, that right there is why they call him.
They had a nice view of him. He was just like acting all innocent in the car, and then they show the replay of him ram into his back and send him into the wall.
What do they call him? Recky Slimhouse?
Recky Spinhouse.
Spinhouse.
Might not be a bad Danny NASCAR alias.
Recky Spinhouse?
Might have to make a Smurf account. Recky Smurf House.
Either way, the race was shortened because of rain. 3 laps left. Bubba Wallace capturing the win. Second African American to win a NASCAR. So obviously a big deal.
That's pretty cool.
Denny Hamlin. I must say, I'm not a big.
It was a touching moment.
I'm not a big Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan fan with his whole team, but it is what it is.
Looked like he wasn't going to talk about it until they brought it up, and then we had the one tear come down.
I just don't like Denny Hamlin. So by association, I don't like this whole team. I really can't stand Denny Hamlin. Drives me up a wall.
Would the 2017 Martinsville race where he took out Chase Elliott have anything to do with it?
It wouldn't be any of them. It'd be just his cocky attitude. He just has no problem taking cars out. And he just has no problem taking cars out. And he says he takes them out. Then when you do it to him, it's like against the law.
Yeah.
Isn't that how you run it on the go-kart courses?
Maybe. Do you have the NASCAR results up?
Yes, I have the
Can you give me the top 10? What to see? I cannot wait to hear the top 10. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like all of them.
Bubba Wallace.
Okay.
Brad Keselowski.
Nope.
Oh,
Joey
yeah.
Logano.
Nope.
Kurt Busch.
Nope.
Christopher Bell.
Nope.
Chris Buescher.
Nope.
Denny Hamlin.
Absolutely not.
Kevin Harvick.
Nope.
Eric Jones.
Nope.
Anthony Alfredo gets his first
Who
top
cares?
10. That's pretty cool to see.
Steve,
Dan's a
it's
jerk.
about Hendrick. It's not about the Alfredo.
Steve's a true fan of the sport overall, and you're very biased.
Brad
towards Hendrick.
Keselowski, seriously?
Well, Alfredo's a rookie. He's still learning out there, and it's good to see him get a top 10.
Let me say that. There's times where I think Steve is a bigger Jeff Gordon and Hendrick fan than me. And then stuff like that makes me realize now I'm the bigger one. Because I don't care about Alfredo. I don't care about Christopher Bell. You should hate Christopher Bell.
I don't like Christopher Bell. Or Chris Buescher?
No, Christopher Bell. Who did he get into? Kyle Larson, I mean. He went after Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
You shouldn't like him. He has a rivalry with Hendrick.
I don't like Christopher Bell.
Brad Keselowski took out your boy back in 2014. Cost him probably his fifth championship.
So you act like you let it go, but you
Brad Keselowski.
You really never let that go, have you?
What?
The Brad K crash.
I have not let that go.
I've watched that replay dozens upon dozens
I've watched
of times.
it probably hundreds of times.
And
there's
it
no
was
greater
just-
scene than watching him come down pit road and get out of his car and almost choke Brad Keselowski.
I only have one question. Whose lip was bleeding afterwards?
That's not the point. Whose head was bleeding after?
Keselowski was spitting out blood.
Yeah,
all I know is
blood
that
all on his
if you
shirt.
Google the incident, it's Jeff Gordon with a busted lip.
And Jeff
from catching
Gordon
the
also went
hands.
into a situation where it was full of a bunch of Miller Lite guys. There wasn't many DuPont guys walking around.
It was ballsy of him being an old man trying to go in there.
Took his helmet off and got right to his collar and pulled him right in.
It doesn't help that Harvick just gingerly
The only
pushed
thing
him.
Harvick's ever done in a while.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate.
There was a lot going on
So
there.
you should despise.
It was a hole that opened up and then closed quickly. He went for it, going for the championship.
You should.
Wow, he
I
just
extremely
justified it.
dislike Ryan Newman for what he did at Phoenix when he pretty much fucking took out Kyle Larson, Phoenix 2014, and that broke the tie between him and Jeff Gordon, moving Ryan Newman on to the Final Four.
Yeah, I know.
So I have one question.
I don't remember that. You also remember? I also don't. Do you like Joey Logano? I remember Joey Logano when Jeff Gordon took out Clint Boyer and Joey Logano got tangled. He had harsh words for Jeff Gordon. Joey Logano should have shut his mouth at that point and know his role. A four-time champion just took out a guy after some sweet revenge. Know your role. Okay, you're out of the playoffs, pal. Okay, he was like that was the first year I believe with Joe Gibbs Racing.
It was
He
his
was
fourth.
a rookie. He was a rookie at
Or
that
his
point.
third year.
He was in the 20 car. That went back in 2012. I still haven't forgotten Clint Boyer for that either.
So my question was, is the crash of Brad K on Jeff Gordon in 2014 justified in your eyes?
What do you mean? Like,
It was not. It wasn't
What
dirty.
he's saying is,
Was it
Brad
not
Keselowski
dirty?
move a bad move or was it a dirty move?
it was just
Watch
a bad
it, Steve.
Move. It was a really bad move.
But
there was
not
a hole
dirty.
that opened up that was just wide enough for the car. Gordon should have gotten down to
No.
Johnson's bumper.
No.
Quicker.
It wasn't a normal hole. It was a hole that he forced his car into.
No, Gordon opened up the hole because he was going to go out and
Do I
then
need
back
to pull
in.
up the replay? Do I need to pull up the replay?
I trust
it.
Steve's knowledge more than I trust yours.
Do I need to pull up the replay?
Do it. That's
You
what
might not like
exactly
it.
happened.
I'm not even sure we can do that. Do I need to pull up the replay?
You probably won't like it.
That's what exactly happened. Gordon was going to go up, then back down into Johnson, get the run off the turn. But as he was going up, a hole opened for Keselowski to go in.
I'll pull the replay up on Danny NASCAR later tonight.
I would like to see what everybody's thoughts are on it.
Outrageous, Steve.
I like Steve's
See,
take
these
on it.
are
Though.
moments where I think yep, I'm a bigger Jeff Gordon fan because I would never ever give Brad Keselowski any benefit of the doubt in that situation. He took him out, Steve. He took him out, and on top of that, he didn't want anything to do with Jeff Gordon after the race either, trying to walk away like a tough guy. Then he had to explain his actions.
Yeah, because it wasn't dirty. It was just
It was
racing.
absolutely dirty.
There wasn't anything personal going on.
It was a battle for the lead, and he took a guy out.
As Steve said, Jeff should have moved out of the way.
Or he should have went down sooner.
He's not stopping.
To be fair, everyone was up Keselowski's ass the whole chase of 2014.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to go through the plethora of the list amount of people that he had a battle with?
Matt
Nishan
Kenseth
Denny
just straight up
Hamlin.
tackled him.
Who?
Matt Kenseth.
Matt Kenseth took him out between the haulers. Okay, Denny Hamlin, that very race, that he had an issue with Denny Hamlin, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then also he ran into Tony Stewart, who then Tony Stewart then put his car into reverse and ran right into the front of Brad Keselowski. So he took out a lot of people that year. He had a lot. I mean, think about that. Yeah, Jeff Gordon after you, Tony Stewart after you, Matt Kenseth, and Denny Hamlin.
That is quite the crew.
It's quite the cast of characters after you.
When Matt Kenseth goes after you, you know you fucked up.
Did he? What, did he crash him or something?
Matt Kenseth, first off, deep rival of Jeff Gordon. Matt Kenseth took him out in Bristol back in like 2000.
Steve doesn't look
Gordon
like he
took him
likes
out
it.
at Chicagoland
Yeah,
after.
he returned the favor. But let me tell you where Matt Kenseth really returned the favor to Jeff Gordon. Okay? Okay. I never, ever liked Matt Kenseth up until one point. It was Martinsville, 2015. where he took out Joey Logano, crashed him. He pulled a Jeff Gordon move and crashed Joey Logano, racing and leading in Martinsville.
It was great.
It was absolutely fantastic. Crashed him, took him out, and it led to Jeff Gordon winning his final race and moving him on to the championship 4. Matt Kenseth has a bye. He's now up in the good graces with me.
Yeah.
Fantastic move.
I remember hearing the radio. It was like, oh, I must have blew a tire or something.
Classic. 'Cause I don't know what happened. I think we didn't blew a tire there.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Why did he do it? Were they have beef or?
Matt
They had big beef.
Okay.
Well, Joey Logano and Kurt Busch were playing footsie-feely up in the front of the pack on a restart where they're trying to, you know how you start double file.
Yeah.
On Martinsville, you want the inside at all times. Okay, it's not like when we race it, because no one knows how to race it when we race. But in real Martinsville, it's like everyone's just in a line. If you get stuck on the outside, you're just gonna keep getting passed and passed and passed.
Yeah.
So when the race started, Brad Keselowski tried to let Joey Logano go, and he cut down so they both got on the inside. Well, he jammed up the whole back of the cars, and they all crashed. It took out Kurt Busch, it took out Joey Logano, or it took out Matt Kenseth, and they had an issue before. Joey Logano took out Matt Kenseth a few races before to really take him out of the points. And then back then they were battling for the championship, and then
Gordon actually sustained a little bit of damage from that wreck too. There's a little bump in the front end.
no, nonetheless he came back and won. If it was Jamie McMurray trying to all of a sudden be Jamie McMurray trying to take the win away from Jeff. I'm not quite sure when all of a sudden he decided to race hard, but Jeff finally got the win. Perfect story. You really can't ask for a more storyline ending than besides him winning the championship.
Yeah.
But to win at Martinsville, final race, move on to championship 4, his last season. Now I'm back before retirements got old in NASCAR. Then you went through the Jimmy Johnson tour, the Matt Kenseth tour, the Tony Stewart tour, the Dale Earnhardt retirement tour.
Kenseth really didn't have anything.
No,
he was
he
like,
didn't.
oh, hey, he's leaving. But he did come back for more than half of 2020, half of 2018.
What was it? He just really just ended. Same thing with Greg Biffle. Does anyone even know where Greg Biffle is? He just gone?
He won a race in the truck series last year, or a couple years ago.
Oh, well.
So you're pulling that clip up tonight,
Oh, yeah.
and you're going in depth on whether Brad
Oh,
K
yeah.
is innocent or guilty.
I cannot believe Steve is even trying to argue.
In the heat of the moment, I was furious, but, like, looking back on
There's
it,
no looking back. He took out your guy, and it cost him the championship. It really did.
it did cost him the
It
championship.
cost him the
But
championship.
it wasn't on purpose.
It was on
He
purpose.
was just trying to race hard.
Absolutely not. Jeff went up to come down.
Yeah.
And Brad Keselowski made a gap. Okay. First off, if he hit Jeff's car, the car clearly wasn't big enough to get into the gap. The gap wasn't big enough for him to get in.
It sounds
if
like
the gap
Jeff
was
came
open
down into
for
him.
a car, Brad would have been able to get through without touching Jeff.
It's not like the he didn't hit the front. It was like side contact.
Incidental contact.
Absolutely not. We'll discuss this on Dating NASCAR
Just
later.
like
All right, I'll watch
Keselowski's fist to Jeff's lip. Incidental.
That may be so.
I'll watch the 2014 Texas crash just to make sure I'm not wrong.
You're watching it right now?
Yeah. I'll just,
I don't need to watch it. I remember it. I remember it clean as day. That's how many times I've watched it.
I remember that was one of the first few races I watched, and it was glorious. Glorious.
And Braggy, well, no, just trying to get an opening when we're here to win, man.
Dan was walking around
With
for a
his
couple
whiny,
months
squeaking voice.
on his
What?
high horse about Jeff. I said Dan was walking around for a couple months.
It was a great season, was it not? He won, 5 times that season?
Four
Four
times.
times. Dominated the season, pretty much him and Kevin Harvick.
he could have won Homestead too. I had it on the TV and he led most of the laps there, which would have made it even worse.
I'm not quite sure which one I like more, though. I'm not sure if I like the Brad Keselowski fight with Gordon or the Gordon-Clint Boyer fight. Both of them are classics.
He probably lost both.
Gordon was like a hitman with Clint Boyer. He went around the track waiting and then took him right out.
Did they get in a fist fight, is what you said? Or
Gordon got tackled to the ground by the entire 5 Hour Energy crew.
You better take it easy.
God, he could have won the Boyer could have won the championship if that hadn't have happened.
Well, it didn't. You screw over Jeff, you're gonna get what's coming to you. All right, well, that's enough NASCAR. We'll do the we'll do a full analysis of the Brad K, Jeff Gordon fight.
The Brad K, Jeff Gordon, 30 for 30, 6 years later, 7 years later.
Gordon did come down into Keselowski.
Confirmed.
Steve, I don't need to see it.
Let me see it. It's been a couple years.
I don't need to see it. Ready, watch.
It's right on Keselowski.
Not big. Okay, not that big of an opening. Not that big of an opening.
Oh, that was Jeff all the way.
Not really.
That was Jeff all the way.
Not really.
That was.
That was Brad K going in a spot that he shouldn't be going in.
Jeff was trying to be a dick and cut him out there.
Nope.
He didn't like that he was passing him. Jeff would have got booted from our NASCAR lobby for pulling that stunt.
Top comment. I myself am a Gordon fan. And I think that the wreck was all on him. That is to quote.
So there's some
Chris
new light
Thomas
coming out
on
around
YouTube.
this whole situation.
It is what it is. What do you want me to say?
Brad K is just a stand-up guy. He gets a bad rap.
He's extremely aggressive. Either way.
Well, today been the Monday Blues, and it all started with that whole debacle watching the Talladega race. On top of that, probably the blues for a lot of people around the world. Facebook down. I don't know what people actually have. You know what? People actually have to work today. They actually have to work. They can't sit in their office or in their car traveling on Instagram or Facebook or what are they Messenger or
people
WhatsApp app or whatever whatever other thing they own. They actually have to work because all those are down, and they've been down since 11 a.m. this morning.
It's pretty interesting.
I was trying to go on Instagram right now. I got a 5XX server error.
Still down. I mean, it is completely down. Like there's nothing coming up.
Jeez.
Actually, Facebook's been. I guess they have a whistleblower. I'm not quite sure what the whistleblower has indicated, but I've been reading their stock tumbled like 15%, and
They're due for a big rehaul.
what's his face has lost like $10 billion in the last like 20 days, and then to have Facebook go down. I mean, you really look at how much. I mean, have you been impacted today by it being down?
I normally check it in the morning, and that's it. I guess I made it right in before the...
Well, you don't use Instagram,
No.
so you're really only Facebook. Have you been inconvenienced today?
I just went on YouTube instead.
Yeah, but were you inconvenienced though?
Not really.
I was. I didn't realize I go on Instagram as much as I do. Facebook, I was trying to do Facebook Marketplace. Couldn't do that.
That's a true shame. True shame.
Flip Juice, I literally didn't even know it was down until just like 10 minutes ago.
No. Nah.
There's some people that are having meltdowns right now. There are some people who like live on Instagram that are having meltdowns right now.
I'm
Am I
gonna say
wrong?
some people are probably devastated, but
Rather they have an Instagram show or whatever, they're probably devastated.
The worst part of it was I was trying to send a message to Brandon seeing if he would come in to finish filming the ending for the season finale of One Man's Trash, and didn't realize it didn't send till like I checked a half hour later, like, oh well.
Oh.
He's gonna show up tonight at 9 o'clock after the message. The message is gonna go through at like 8:30 tonight, and he's gonna show up at 9:30, trying to get in.
I sent him an actual text outside of Facebook, so he's...
But yeah, Facebook is down. I mean, we couldn't advertise the shows today. That would have been Instagram. No clips could go up. I don't know how long they're gonna be down. I mean, normally these outages are out and back on, but they've been out since about.
It's been a while now, huh?
11:20, 11:30 a.m.
They actually have to do some actual work around there.
They gotta get it figured out. But like I said, I'm sure there's a ton of people flipping out today. Speaking of social media, what do you think about doing a TikTok channel here?
No.
What's wrong with TikTok?
I don't like TikTok. It's
Okay, I know you
fucking
don't
gross.
like TikTok, but could we do TikTok here? I think we could do TikTok.
I guess
we can literally just do. We all look at the camera, just bob our heads back and forth for a minute. And that's a TikTok.
No.
I mean,
I'm not
that's
doing
literally
that.
a TikTok.
The only way we would probably end up getting followers on TikTok is if all of us show a little bit of leg and wear a bikini.
I have been told. I have been told that you don't have to do a jingle or anything all the time. It could be anything. It could be you just walk. I mean, we all could literally turn to the camera and give a head bob with a little jingle, and that's a TikTok. You don't have to do like fancy dances.
People that are old that do TikTok are cringe, Dan.
What do you mean?
They're cringe.
What is cringe mean?
That's exactly what I mean.
I actually think I'd be very, very popular on TikTok.
You'd be a cringe lord.
You both know Ian, right? Really big guy.
Yep.
That I'm friends with.
He came in the other day, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Long beard. He has like 100,000 followers on TikTok just posting Call of Duty stuff.
Right. You don't have to just dance.
But that's what you want to do.
No, you want
to sit there and you want to bob your head.
No, you do funny things when you add a little jingle to it. It's really not that bad. I think. Would you not find it hilarious seeing Mike move to a dance move on a TikTok? It would generate people watching. See, that's the whole point of TikTok. I gotta like slam it into people's heads. That's the point of it.
I don't
People
think you
would
even
find it
fully
funny.
understand TikTok
People would
yourself.
Find it enjoyable. I may or may not. I've never done a TikTok. I've been told I should do a TikTok
By who?
by a lot of people.
Yeah, like more than you can count on a hand, or
Yeah, maybe.
Does Nico do TikToks and stuff?
No, Nico's like Instagram, I think.
Nah.
But maybe could do TikTok. I don't think he would personally do TikToks.
I'm not hip with the social media.
Could get Dave to do it. He already has a TikTok.
We have a TikTok. I just don't think we ever use it. It's not active, or it's not like we actually have one. I just don't think it gets used. And we all be behind the counter, do a quick hand dance, and done. TikTok. TikTok. That's all you do. TikTok.
Just stop saying it. Just because you say it doesn't mean you know what it is,
You
really.
can pick up a game and do a funny face. TikTok.
Well, I'm looking forward to your TikTok career, man.
I was talking
I'll
about the race
support it.
tonight. TikTok.
Aren't they only supposed to be like Vine, where it's like 6 seconds?
It's 1 minute, 3 minutes max.
Mm.
You can do a 3-minute TikTok.
Yeah, nowadays at least.
That kind of ruins the fun of it.
Yeah.
It's basically like YouTube then, but
Pretty
even
much.
smaller.
You guys remember that app that was trying to come out where it's like just small 10-minute like movies pretty much?
Hmm.
It was I have to
Sounds
look it up.
interesting.
I assume it's dead now.
Oh, absolutely.
Vine.
No, it wasn't Vine. It was.
MySpace.
Well, we could make a MySpace.
You can still make a MySpace?
Yeah. Quibi, that's what it is.
Never heard of it. You ever heard of a Quibi?
Maybe.
I just did a Quibi. Was that how you reference it?
That's just for like short form.
I just did a
Like movies and
TikTok. I
stuff.
just did a Quibi.
I think the way you're saying is, and I think that's like how an old person would say it.
Thank goodness MySpace is still up and Facebook is not.
Interesting.
I cannot believe that is still a thing.
It's not really though. It's more towards like music and stuff now.
I don't know what that means. A MySpace is a MySpace.
Yeah, sign up for one right now.
No, you're not.
Shit, I can't sign up with Facebook. That's right. Email.
I seriously think we should have some kind of TikTok channel here. Us painting the front of the store, TikTok. Us playing pickleball, TikTok. Us opening a bag of chips in a funny way and making it fun, TikTok.
I think Zach is into TikTok.
All of us open a can of soda at the same time with a funny jingle, TikTok. You literally can do a TikTok about everything.
You could do anything about anything on what we're doing now too.
Yeah, but the point is doing a TikTok is you can add a funny jingle to it.
You can literally do that with anything else too.
All right, chat. What do you think? Should we make a TikTok?
I think we should. I think the first one should be all of us sitting here, not like physically right now.
I'm not bobbing my head with you, Dan.
All we do is do a funny head bob, and you come up, you find a jingle.
Flip Juice says yes. Crackajack says Tinder is working out great. I'm married. I can't.
It's true.
But
And insane games, Tinder. Do you love video games?
I mean, do you love video games?
Do you like the feeling of the analog stick caressing your thumbs?
And you gotta do it in slow motion.
Mike over here writing an erotic fan fiction about video games.
Have you ever heard the sound of the Xbox One X when you turn it on?
The sweat moist on the controller.
Right. A vote to turn Insane Games TV into an ASMR Twitch channel. Say aye.
What?
An ASMR Twitch channel.
That's actually pretty serious. You ever seen those before?
You don't even know what that is.
Yes, it is. It's
You and Tom were having an argument about it. You didn't know what it was.
I know exactly what it is.
You thought that all
It's videos that
ASMR.
have very, very good
No.
sound that makes you relax.
He thought they were all haircut related
No,
at
they're
one
not.
point.
I
He
did
said he
not.
wanted to go get himself an ASMR
I
haircut
did
because it
not
looked
say that.
relaxing.
I
It's
did
about
not
the
say
tingles.
Dan finds the sound
Mike
of
is a
buzzing
flat
of the
outlier.
zzz
I said
relaxing.
I like watching the one because the noise.
And then he said he wanted
Very
one.
relaxing. You hear the trimmers.
He was looking up the dude on YouTube's contact information because he wanted to see if he could get one.
No. There is a guy, I'm not going to say his channel, I don't even know his name, that does the head massage. It really, like, Steve, you got to see this. Like, it is like, he does the haircut, but then he gives, like, a full 30-minute head massage. He goes up. And he's doing it. He's like scratching the guy's head. He's like giving. And he has a little head thing. He goes like this. You ever had those head massage things?
Yeah.
He goes like that. Then he does like this little dot thing that goes around like the guy's head.
So this is what Dan thought ASMR was.
Hang on. And 75% of the people are sleeping by the time this guy's done. That's how good it is.
Not the sound effects, the process that he was
That's not at
explaining.
all what I said.
And then, what the and the
I know it's the sound effect. God.
But now he knows, I guess. But
Not really. I
Tom
know.
had to go explain to him. It's like it could be the sound of fire crackling or water dripping or
Hey, actually, have you heard the thunderstorm one or the fire crack?
those ones are pretty
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
They're very relaxing.
We've had a nice little ASMR day today with the rain outside.
It's even better when it's actually real rain that you hear, and not the fake one.
The true wetness. It's too bad you couldn't put any Danny pouring rain on today. You want to discuss that at all? A little
There's
bit.
nothing to discuss. My team simply got beat by Nate this week. Guy got fucking 6
Got beat
touchdowns in
bad.
15 minutes. There's nothing I can do for that.
So it's been a while since I got a phone call from Dan. So me and Dave were working. Dave answers, and he's like, "Oh, it's Dan." I was like, "Oh,
First off, does Dave not check caller ID?
yeah." I think he just sometimes it doesn't.
The way
work.
he answered, he had no idea it was me. Like, my name pops right up on the thing.
Sometimes it'll linger on incoming call.
Dan is my number. Like, like Dave answered goes, "Hello, like, insane video game." I'm like, "Dave, it's Dan." Oh, hang on. Like, he had no idea it was me.
So he hands me the phone, and he's like, "It's Dan." I was like, "Oh, this might be serious." And then Dan, the first thing he goes, he's like, "Are you seeing these fucking touchdowns right now?" And I was, in fact, watching on Red Zone at the store, so I was pretty aware of the situation that was beholding on Dan.
It was one of the most absurd things I've ever seen.
But
Guy literally had 5 touchdowns from 4 different players in the first 10 minutes and a 6th touchdown like right before the second half ended or the first quarter ended. It was absolutely ridiculous.
so Dan told me all of his story of woe, and then the best part about it at the end, he goes, "Is it busy there?" I was like, "Not really." He's like, "Whatever, bye."
No. What I said was, I go, "Is it busy there?" And Mike's like, "Not really." And I go, "What is it, $75?" And Mike goes, he's looking and goes, 59. I go, I hung right up. It wasn't. I hung right up. I'm like, "Is it busy there?" And he's like, "Well, what are you at, $75?" He goes, "Oh, let me check." He goes, 59. I hung right up. Click.
It was slow, but right as soon as you left, we got some sales or hung up.
I mean, I did call early in the day, like an hour into the day, but still.
Yeah.
No. It was been a long time since I got an angry Dan phone call regarding fantasy, so it was a special week this week.
Not really. It's just bullshit. That classic shit happening.
Dan's been on quite a skid for a while to where he just didn't care anymore when he lost. But his team's pretty good this year, so now the losses hurt.
That's not at all accurate. The losses are always hurt. It's just classic. You can't do anything again.
I'll
The guy
give him
just
credit. He beat me with like 150 points the week before.
destroyed Mike.
The best player in the league, the best to ever touch the league, me. So he's thinking he was good, and then fantasy put him right back into reality.
I just don't think that. I just there's nothing I could do, and I had first off, like my team is definitely better than yours. Let's be honest, Mike. You're sailing on. You're on fumes right now. You're getting what you can get, and you're just like
One
Austin.
could say my team just hasn't come together yet, and when they do, it's going to be absurd.
I'm sure Austin will be cheering. There are three people I can't stand in fantasy right now. Okay, four. I'm gonna name them off.
That's-
Adam, who I refuse to recognize in chat.
The new guy.
I continue to ask him who he is. Nate, who's probably one of the luckiest fucking bastards I've ever seen in fantasy. Just never ever has a guy go. I mean, ironically, he does now. Okay, until it happened, but he never has a guy. My argument would have been he's never had a guy to go down, and always seems to have the handcuff to the guys that do go down. Okay, and I think that happened to him last year. And this guy right here might be the luckiest fantasy football player I've ever seen. Right here, he knows it.
This
Tom
league has
knows it.
been good to me. This
Okay?
league has been good to me.
He has first besides playing me, no one's even going over 70 points against.
That's
him.
not true.
What do you mean?
They've had 80 or 90s.
No,
I'm pretty sure.
No. You want me to read them off?
You have it up there?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up week 4. You ready?
This one.
62 against Austin. Week 2, 72. Against me, against me, you got destroyed, and now you're gonna be Adam with 76. Not a single person.
That's
got over
besides the
77
point.
points
I
against
may
Mike.
have faced some weak opponents, but my scoring total was still I would have beat at least 3 or 4 people every week. I'm not getting by where I'm facing the worst people every week.
By the way, before
I'm getting some legitimate wins.
Okay, really? Ready? Before, now we're in week 4 right now, see? So 3 weeks have been completed. Before week 4 gets calculated, Mike has the least amount points scored and is 2-1.
That was because
even Tom, that's on the Owen road, which by the way, that continues. We're going past exit 4 now on the Owen road. Okay, it's getting bad. Okay, he's still on the Owen road. Okay, even Tom on the Owen road has more points scored against.
That won't be after this
Mike.
week, though. I just had a really bad week last week, and luckily it was on a week where I was facing someone that was going off. But other than that, I've been pretty close to 100 every week. And I think when Darren Waller steps out onto the field tonight,
You better hope.
he'll deliver my team to 100 points for the first time this
There's a
season.
lot of factors. Okay, and I'm saying this right now. I'm giving Mike a hard time because here's what happens. Mike goes on the dream team, okay, with Tom and Nico, and they're what I like to call yes men. Hey, they're not gonna tell Mike his team isn't good. They're gonna go yum 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 yum
Tom-
yum 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 yum.
Tom tells me my team is bad all the time.
Okay, does he? He comes right out and says it on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what's even worse is you sit
I'd
there.
say he gave me a completely honest take of my team.
Now, are you
There's
gonna
things he
jam,
likes and things he doesn't
Are you
like.
gonna jam Tom up on this Wednesday when he's sitting there 0-4?
I
Are you
bet.
gonna jam? Are you gonna
That
sit
just
there-
seems mean
or
at
are
this
you
point.
or no? Or are you gonna sit there and go, "Your team's good, Tom. Your team's good. Your
Well,
team's good."
we'll give it a little background. Dan went 0-10 and faced
That's not the point.
ridiculous ridicule, so he's making sure
We talked about that last week.
he's making sure the ridicule's even.
Nope.
That's
I've
dished
actually
out
been
here.
very, 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 very clean. Not giving Tom a hard time about going on the Owen road.
You say it all the
Which, by
time.
the
Maybe.
way, but if I didn't mention, go past the exit 4 now.
And so you might not say it to him, but you've talked a lot about Owen. That was on our phone call too. You're like, well, Tom probably gonna be Owen as well.
I have not given Tom any grief about Owen. The reality is,
It's
you
enough
guys
grief
all
as
go-
it is.
You guys all go on that show over there, and you sit there, and none of you. I'm saying it right now because I gotta be the one guy that says it. That you guys, when I'm everything. I mean, you haven't even scored over 100 points 1 week yet,
Some other people haven't either.
and you can say whatever you want.
I don't think Tom has.
And you can say whatever you want. Before you got this victory, up till about yesterday at 1 o'clock before the game started, you were slightly concerned about your team, were you not?
I was slightly
He was
concerned.
slightly concerned about his team. He actually,
I
for
still am
once,
concerned.
didn't
That's
feel
the
good about
season.
his team.
If you're not concerned about your team, then you're not working hard enough.
I mean, the only person that really should be concerned right now is Tom. Did I mention he's going to exit 4?
I mean, you mentioned it a couple times.
I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I mean, I don't want to give him a hard time about being
Unfortunately, he's already past exit 4. He's going to 5. We'll see if he takes off or not.
I've been pretty good about not giving him a hard time about the Owen Road.
He's refusing to stop and ask for directions.
But I will say though, that if there's one thing that's been somewhat nice is I don't mind seeing Toxic Tyler back in chat. It's been a long time. It's been a long time until we've seen Toxic
Dan
Tyler.
just says that because he beat him, so he couldn't go full toxic on Dan. But
Okay.
the
No,
floodgates.
what I'm saying is Tyler hasn't Toxic Tyler in a while because the teams haven't been good.
That's true.
Okay, now that he has
His team
2
is pretty
wins.
good. If Aaron Jones didn't save you week 2 or 3, the floodgates were about to burst with
And
Toxic Tyler.
I'm not sure what is worse. I'm not sure what's worse when I sit here Tuesday morning when I see it that Austin, who is now, let me tell you something, Steve. I know you don't know a lot about the fantasy football. Okay, Austin was projected to go 0-13. Wasn't even supposed to get a win. Even when he made changes, Yahoo didn't even give him a mercy win. They kept him at 0. And this guy has squeaked out 3 wins. He's to be 3-1.
So who's more ridiculous sitting at 3-1, me or Austin?
I'm looking right now. He only has 12 more points scored.
And I
Over
should
you.
fix that this week.
So 2 teams that
It's still too early to count too much on points.
it is.
You're bolstered up because you had an unreasonable 150.
What do you mean? I'll be over 100 this week. I was
barely.
I've been over 100 a couple
You'll
times.
barely break it. Mike Williams is getting shut down by Las
He very
Vegas
well
tonight.
may. And you know what? Let this be the week that happens. So, you know what? I'm going to lose. There's no way he's going to get 37 points. So, I mean...
So you know the exact number you need.
No, I think it's 39 I think he needs.
He says that, but he has a slight prayer. He's like, please. The Mike Williams gods.
And if you ever watch Mike with fantasy, he's always quiet. You don't hear a word from him until he knows he has the victory locked in. I sat there last night. I don't know what time it was. It was, I'm trying to think. It was like 6:45, 7 o'clock. And I got the bing. And I said, Mike, I go, oh, yep, Mike thinks Mike must have confirmed he won because he's chatting in the chat. And it was a GIF. It just said Mike shared a GIF. Yep, he must be running his mouth because he thinks he's got to win now.
Isn't that the proper way to talk smack? Well, I mean, you could do the Tyler thing where you talk smack and then lose. Send out the premature Owen Wilson. Hello?
Yeah, possible. But nonetheless, I'm interested to see what happens on the Dream Team discussing fantasy. I'm sure I like to see you. I like to see Nico. I like to see Nico stand up and tell you that your team is
His team stinks too. He got
weak.
lucky.
And Tom, if I didn't mention by the way, is on to passing 4 on the highway. Okay, that his team is 0-4.
He has to face the music. He knows it. I mean, I'm not the one that's Owen, so I got off at exit 1. I never even entered the road. I started 1-0.
Mm. It is what it is. All right, we got anything else to go over?
I guess. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say Instagram's back, but it's not. I did get a full.
Dying to get back into
I
his
did get a
gram.
full refresh of Instagram, but it's not refreshing again.
Oh well.
Better than noon earlier.
All right, anything else we got?
Did you say you're doing a giveaway?
Oh shit, I forgot all about that. Yeah, so we're going to do Danny NASCAR next weekend, leading up to I believe the 28th. We're going to hand out a giveaway of a NASCAR 21 each weekend.
Ooh.
I don't know exactly how we're gonna do it. I don't know what the parameters are gonna be for the give out, but we're gonna give away a copy each weekend leading up to the 28th. So people that are racing on the Danny NASCAR show and with us, and you can join as long as you're on Xbox Live, and you will have a chance to win a copy. I don't know if we're gonna do like a drawing, like you gotta be in the chat. I don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but I don't think we're gonna do it off of points, because that doesn't, let's be honest. the Shrek LGS Soccer Dog. They steal the
Yeah.
show, which is fine. They're great racers. There's nothing wrong with that.
I
But I think we're gonna do more of a. I don't know how we're gonna do it.
A
yet.
raffle of
Yeah, we'll
sorts.
do something where you got to be in chat. You physically, we got to see your name in chat.
I think we should do a kind of like before the race or before a stream starts, we pick a number between 1 and 12. 'Cause we usually have like 12 races every weekend, and then take a picture of the finishing results. Pick a number between 1 and 40. Whatever number comes up. If it's someone not in chat, we just roll it again.
Yeah, actually, it's not a bad idea too.
That's not bad.
Actually, it's not a bad idea, Steve. So really, you can keep the drama going by it being someone else.
Yeah.
No wonder we keep the bitch going. I like it. All right, so that's gonna be it. Danny NASCAR tonight. We will be racing 9 o'clock here on Instant Games TV. So make sure you tune in for that, and also Monday Night Gaming with Austin as well later tonight, live on the West Coast, 11 o'clock. We'll be back at it next week for Behind the Counter. Hope everyone has a great week. Until then, adios.